Hi, I'm Amy Lewis, and we're back with Pop-Up Tech Talks. I'm here with Dave. Dave, can you introduce yourself?
Sure, my name is Dave Morera. I'm from VMware, and I'm a Senior Solutions Architect.
Excellent. So we're here at NetApp 2016, and you were talking about when you're in transition between a role with a vendor, with a VAR. What do you see in 2016? What's this like out there for people who are on the job hunt, who are changing roles?
Well, I've been seeing a lot of move between not only customers and VARs, but also between vendors, meaning that they go from one vendor to the other one. There's a lot of disruption going on, right? There's a lot of technologies that are going really fast. People need to keep up with it. And only those that are really into it, that are really studying and keeping up with certifications and things like that, those are the ones that are thriving, and those are the ones that are being called out to action from different areas, meaning the vendor side and the storage.
So what are some of your tips for listeners who are maybe considering a job search of their own to stay fresh, to stay on top, to make yourself, like you said, in a time of disruption, to differentiate from the crowd?
Sure. Well, one of the things I've done, it's never stop studying. I love learning. A long time ago, I'm going to be honest, and I didn't like learning. But after you start, you kind of get in the groove, and that's what you need to do to keep up in this business. If you're in IT and you're coasting, you're not going to get very far. So, just keeping up to date, just being curious about new technologies, how they work, how they not only work as a whole, but how they work with everything else in a big environment. So just doing that would get you far off.
I really like that, because I think sometimes people, and it's not a bad thing to go niche, but I like what you're saying of think about the context, because that gives you a broad view of the whole ecosystem. So what are some of the things that you personally use to study and spark that constant curiosity? What are some of your day-in-the-life tips to stay engaged?
Well, I use a lot of social media, of course. That's got me really far. But just knowing what people are talking about, how they're implementing that, how that relates to my job. And even if it doesn't relate, just check it out, see if I can make it relate to my job. Some other things that I've done in the past is just keeping up with job posts and see what companies are looking for, what they want from an engineer. Obviously, they want the Swiss Army engineer, right? So by that, and that's something I was talking about, just having a little bit of knowledge across the board, not just really depth in one, an niche, but just keeping up with what companies want, what your peers are doing, and things like that.
So what would you say? We often hear, I don't have time for social media, it's a waste of time. What would you say?
That is a lie. So I'll give you a little story of my own. When I started in IT, I didn't have a degree. So I was doing a full-time job, and I was going to school at night, got my associates, my bachelor's, and I recently got my master's a couple years ago. And just doing that, it was super hard work. I had 2 little kids, and newborn at that time. So saying that you don't have time is kind of a lie. You have to make your time. You have to have, obviously, support from your family. Someone that is there taking care of your kids or doing, helping you out. That's very, very important. But you have to make time. If you're watching TV and you're saying you don't have time, then obviously your priorities are not, not straight.
Well, Dave, I think what we're saying is, now you've watched this, get off the couch and go learn something.
Exactly. Don't be a couch potato. Open a book. And disconnect. Sometimes you just get in a paper book. It's a way to disconnect and still learn. If you get tired from doing that, then go study something else. And that, gives you a mind break in a way, and you still ingest in some knowledge that way.
I love this. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time on Pop-Up Tech Talks.